Now that I know some basics on creating some selectors, let's make sure that we cover the basis of doing our main selectors first, which are usually going to be the organizational selectors, meaning those things that select the head section, the page container, the site info section, the content section, our navigation section, so that we can really form all of our basic structures. So let's begin with the main tag that we have, which is our page container. Let's see if I do less specific. Gets me all the way down to that, so maybe that's not what I want. I'll click on page container, new CSS rule, and look at that. It selected just page containers. That's great. That's exactly what I want. Now with page container, this container contains all of the content. So I'm going to actually give this a size, a box for right now, and I'll just make it 760 pixels wide. That way we can definitely see it. Hit apply. Maybe I'll make it a little bit less for right now, just so we can see it change size in here. 700. There, we can see it very easily in here. Now the next thing that we might do is make sure that it doesn't have any padding and doesn't have any margins. That's good. The next tag we might do is our header section. And my head section, I'm going to make it have a particular color so we can definitely see it's different. So I'm going to do new CS rule, and I'll take out the page container header and just have header alone. The background color is going to be a dark blue. I just want to make sure that we definitely see that. And we do. It's not a bad idea for us to remove our paddings and our margins just to make sure things work correctly. Now let's take a look at this. We have our site info, and then we have our navigation, our navigation here, nav container. So we're going to create one for each. Our site info currently has one, by the way. Oh, I forgot to mention that one. So I'm going to actually put that underneath the header. That way it's a little bit more in the way that our site is organized. And we would definitely put things like site info would come behind that stuff anyway. The order that the CSS happens does affect it. Anyway, with our site info, I might go ahead and just edit this rule. Box, I'm going to make sure that it has 0 as its padding, our margin. And for the next one, we have our nav container. And for this one, I'm going to make it kind of a, let's say, an orange color or something like that. And our box will be 0 padding and 0 margins. Hit apply. You'll see that we still have a space in between here, and we might be wondering, where does that space come from? Well, that space might be coming from this UL nav list. So I'm going to create one for that now. And we could have UL pound nav list. It wouldn't really matter if it's just nav list or UL nav list alone. And for this, I'm going to actually go to the list one, change this to none. Let's see, box, which is at block. Here we go. I'm going to display this as inline. See what happens. Oh, take a look. All of a sudden, we're getting all of those options. In fact, I'm not sure that I have to change that. I guess I do have to change that to inline. Take a look. And as soon as I change that to inline, it collapses in. Now, each of these items will also be inline. So I'm going to create another one for that style, the nav list li, and it could be ul pound nav list li. Hit OK, and this will have block inline, and you'll see all of a sudden those have appeared next to each other. I can make sure that I don't have any margins and paddings for right now. Oh, I think the margins and padding actually has to be on here. Edit, box, yeah, 0 and 0. There we go. The margins and padding has to be on the UL in order to make everything go back to the left, not on the list items itself. But it's not a bad idea to have it everywhere, and we'll go on in just a second with the main content.